Amanda, and I'm excited to be here talking with you about Big Brothers Big Sisters. I've been a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters for a long time, and I've met a lot of parents and kids, and I just love hearing your stories and the dreams that you have for your children. We at Big Brothers Big Sisters believe it's a privilege to be a part of your life and want to support you and your family the best way that we can. You've already met some of our staff when you were first getting enrolled and got an overview of what we do and why we do it. Today I'm going to go over a few more of the specific and important training pieces for parents and guardians. And today we will cover the following topics: expectations for match relationships and cycles, appropriate roles of a big, little parent and guardian, program policies, guidelines, and recommendations, and finally, your child's personal safety. I shared with your child during their training video that a mentor is someone who you build a trusted friendship with, and that it's a two-way street. You learn from them, and they learn from you. And most times, mentors have more life experience and will share with you lessons they've learned and will give you advice or guidance from their perspective. If you're lucky, you'll have many, many mentors in your lifetime, and your child may have several mentors or bigs through Big Brothers Big Sisters. But they might also have teachers, coaches, bosses, and family friends. These are the people who they rely on to teach them life lessons and who are there when they need it. It's what makes up their village. Some are there for a year or two, and some are there for a lifetime. It's the lessons that we learn and carry with us that are important about having mentors. And I think it's also about the fun times too. Big Brothers Big Sisters requires a one-to-one consistent year-long match between a big and little, as we talked about in our info session. Next, we'll talk about Big Brothers Big Sisters and the match support specialist. A match support specialist is someone who will reach out to check on you and on the match, but you can also reach out to them. Don't wait till a situation seems dire, whether it's for you personally, for your family, or something going on in the match. We will try to work through it together. After all, that's what we do. Lastly, Big Brothers Big Sisters takes care of not only creating mentoring relationships, but ending them. We know we don't always say goodbye as society well, so it's important that we teach young folks how to have healthy closure. And we need to have healthy closure in order to take the lessons and the good times and the good stuff with us. And the Big Brothers Big Sisters Match Support Specialist will be there to help navigate that stage of the mentoring relationship. Next, we will talk about your role as an active parent partner. In order for your child's match to be successful, your role is to be an active partner within the match. You are the key. Help find the best times for outings to occur and make sure your child is prepared. If the plan for the outing does not include food, be sure your child has eaten or is bringing a snack. Make sure your child is ready on time and dressed appropriately for whatever fun that they might be getting into. Make sure you know the details of each planned activity and make it a point of being home or informing the big of who will be home for pickup and drop off. Don't be afraid to share your concerns, hopes, wishes for your child with your BBBS mentoring specialist, and also be sure to talk to your child's big about the things that you expect within the match. Be flexible. Remember that the big brother or big sister is a volunteer and also has a busy schedule. Help your child to make sure that they return phone calls and stay in regular contact with their big. Regular contact is important for the success of the match, but remember to give it time. The relationship needs time to develop. We say usually at least 3 months, so be sure to not judge it too quickly. Last but not least, during the first year, monthly contact with your BBBS match support specialist is required for both you and your child. Next, we will talk about the BIG's role, which is to create a developmental relationship with your child and have some fun too. It is important that the big be able to create a developmental relationship with your child, as it allows them to see how healthy relationships are formed. Developmental relationships include expressing care, providing support, challenging growth, broadening horizons, and sharing power. Important that you understand your child's role as a little in our program. First, we are a youth-centered program. Your child is why we exist, so their voice has to be included in every part of our process, from whether or not they want to be in the program, to what type of big they want, to what brings them joy and they'd like to learn more about, and also what challenges they'd like their big to help them with.
We believe that trying new things, like taking positive risks, are an important part of learning and growing. They might fail, they might not always succeed, but at least they'll have tried something new. We want them to have fun while part of Big Brothers Big Sisters too. What good is it if we're not also having fun? Maybe not every minute of every day, but sometimes we just gotta let the good times roll. Sometimes this will be by going to a football game, or to the movies, out to eat, or just hanging out around town. And lastly, it's important to practice gratitude. Gratitude is being thankful. When we practice being thankful for someone's time or energy, or just an experience, or learning something new, we know that that brings more joy into our lives. We will review a few of our policies on non-discrimination, inclusion, confidentiality, and mandated reporting. We strongly believe that all youth deserve to be their true selves without judgment and with the support of a caring mentor. We don't discriminate for any reason. That said, we do reserve the right to not accept participants in our program that are not a good fit. Whether this is a volunteer that doesn't meet our eligibility, suitability, and coaching guidelines, or young people we feel will have a difficult time creating a relationship with a volunteer, or anyone we feel creates a safety risk in a one-on-one mentoring relationship. Next, we commit to keeping your private information private. We will share some of your background experiences of that and that of your child with the potential big to determine if it's a right fit, but this will be done without any identifying factors being revealed. They won't know it's you we're talking about until we've decided to move forward with the match. When we share information about your child and their match with our supporters, we share it from a strengths-based perspective. You're enrolling your child because they are an amazing human being and looking for the assistance of a village to help them tap into and reach their potential, and we try to tell our stories with that in mind. With that said, if you share anything with us that creates a suspicion of abuse or neglect, it is our responsibility as social workers and those who care deeply for children to report that to the Department of Health and Human Services. Please know that this is our responsibility and one again that we take very seriously. In the training video we shared with your child, we talked about their physical safety, mental, emotional well-being, and internet safety. We also have a few handouts for your child to go over regarding their safety, and we'll have them sign an internet and safety pledge during their interview. Next, let's talk more about your child's safety. Child safety is the #1 priority at Big Brothers Big Sisters. In order for kids to really thrive in our program, we must ensure that our kids are safe. It is our job as staff at Big Brothers Big Sisters to ensure that our children are safe when they are with their bags, as well as do our best to ensure that they are safe in all other aspects of their lives. We are one of your greatest resources. Please use us. Let's take time to review some of the safety concerns that exist in the lives of children. Please know that if your child has been affected by any of these safety risks, Big Brothers Big Sisters staff can help you navigate how to talk about these issues and share ideas and ways that we can work together as a team to support your child. First and foremost, if you attended school in the US, it's very likely that you have either witnessed bullying or have been bullied, or even been a bully yourself. It's likely that your child has experienced or witnessing bullying. We also know that gangs do exist in our community and are often sought out by youth to feel a sense of community, but they can present safety risks along with negative peer pressure and possible exposure to community violence. Next, we'll talk about self-harm and suicide. They are very serious safety concerns and should never be taken lightly. Whether it is your child facing these issues or a family member, let them know that they are not alone. If your child is ever experiencing shifts in their mental health or contemplating suicide, do not brush it off and let a Big Brothers Big Sisters staff know immediately. We can work with you to connect you to services, support them through this and other safety concerns. I'm going to wrap up with a sensitive topic of what parents need to know about child sexual abuse. Knowing that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually assaulted before they turn 18 means that this topic has the chance of triggering many of you that we are talking to every day. But it is important that we talk about this so we can be educated and empowered to help keep your kids safe. It is the recommendation of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America that you complete the full Your Child's Personal Safety training online. It is a 1-hour interactive training that will share information with you about the importance of personal boundaries, understanding grooming, and recognizing the signs of sexual abuse, as well as how to reduce the risk of sexual abuse from ever happening. You should know that there are several layers of our enrollment and match support process that are key elements to our youth protection system, as well as the trainings that are required by staff and interns. And most importantly, we are always here to answer questions, provide resources, and be a support to you and your family. Please feel free to ask any questions during your interview or any of the enrollment process. Thank you. We look forward to getting to know you and your family more.